Welcome back, my dear students. From now, we will discuss about the next chapter, that is Module 2B. That is your thin and thick cylinders. Thick cylinders. Okay. You might be seen cylinders, right? You know the cylinders. For example, your water bottle is there. Hmm? This is a water bottle. Water bottle is a cylinder, right? And your perfume bottle is there. Perfume bottle is there. That is also cylinder. And syntax is there. Big syntax is there. That is also cylinder. And your cylinder is there. LPG cylinder. That we forgot. This LPG cylinder is there. That is also cylinder. Like that, when you go to somewhere in the when water pipelines will be there, no, inside the ground, they will put this is the ground, this is the ground level. Inside, it might be a drainage or sewage pipeline, wastewater, or otherwise clean water pipeline. Sometimes they will make some cylinder, they will put some cylinder. Through that cylinder they will put some cables. They will pass cables through the ground. For that also they will use a cylinder. And nowadays in metropolitan cities, they are using cylinders to pass through LPG gases. LPG gases, they will come through the ground. How you get telephone wires, the same way the LPG gas lines, they come through the grounds and they will supply to the kitchen. Like that, they can use a cylinder. And big cylinders like a thermal power plant is there. Big thermal power plant, here a human being can stand. This big thermal power plant, this is also cylinder. This is also a cylinder. Like that, there are many cases are there in our day-to-day life. We come across with the cylinders. And these cylinders, I can say that, say for example, water bottle is there. This water bottle, inside you will put some water here, and that water will push some pressure on the wall of the cylinder, right? Even in the bottom side, that will push pressure in outside the, this is the inner layer of the cylinder, and there will be some force acting on this wall of the cylinder. The same way, your perfume bottle is there. The perfume bottle, inside a compressed air is there. The air is always a tendency to come outside. That's why when you press it, then it will come like very fast. That will come. Why? Because the liquid, that fluid or gas, whatever that is there in the perfume bottle, that has a tendency to come out. Okay. The same thing in cylinder, your LPG cylinder also, the compressed air is there inside. Compressed air is there. That also has a tendency to come out. Means it is applying lot of pressure on the wall of the cylinder. Correct? That is acting lot of pressure on the wall of the cylinder. This I can call it as internal fluid pressure. Internal fluid pressure. Fluid, no, this LPG gas, but gas comes under fluid, and this is the water and perfume, both are comes under fluid only. Therefore, this I can call it as the internal fluid pressure. One example I gave you, that this is a ground, and inside water tank, water pipelines are there. Through this water is running. Here I can say that the wall of the cylinder is subjected to internal pressure as well as external pressure. See, this much of soil is there, no? This much of soil is resting on the pipe which is buried inside the ground. Therefore, this wall of the pipe will have both external pressure and internal pressure. Here one another, that cylinder I told you, that is also buried inside the ground, but this is used to pass the cables. Cables are passed here. Means cable will not push this as a wall of the cylinder, but external load will surely that act on the wall of the cylinder. Means in one and the other way, the conclusion what I am going to tell you is, the cylinder, whatever the purpose you may use, that The one condition is the cylinder may be subjected to internal fluid pressure, and the cylinder may subject to internal fluid pressure along with that external pressure, external pressure. And the third type of cylinder is cylinder which subjected only pressure external pressure. One is internal pressure, internal plus external pressure, and external pressure. Like that, three cases will be there. Right? Now, coming to types of cylinder, if I classify that cylinder into two category, then I will get thin-walled cylinder. Simply we can call it as a thin cylinders. And the second one is the thick wall cylinders or thick cylinders. Then the next question will come that, sir, how to differentiate thin wall cylinders and thick wall cylinders? Is there any criteria to differentiate? Yes, there is a criteria. Say for example, I have this cylinder, and this cylinder diameter, let us consider, this is the thickness of the cylinder. What is that? This is the thickness of the cylinder. And if I know the internal diameter of the cylinder, then to classify this whether it is thin cylinder or thick cylinder, then I have to check, I have to get the relation between thickness and the diameter. Okay, if thickness is less than or equal to 1/20th of internal diameter, if thickness is less than or equal to 1/20th of internal diameter, then that cylinder is called as thin cylinders. If thickness is greater than 1/20th of internal diameter, that is called as thick cylinders. Very simple. Here this 1/20th I said, in some textbook they may restrict as 1/20th to 1/15th, and some textbook they can say 1/20th to 1/25th. Okay. That doesn't matter. While in real applications we will decide that whether it is thin cylinder or thick cylinder. But for your purpose, you just understand that if a thickness is less than or equal to 1/20th of internal diameter, then that is called as a thin cylinders. If the thickness is greater than 1/20th of diameter, then that is a thick cylinders. Understood? Just simply you can say that if I have a cylinder of 5 meter and the thickness, that is the wall of the cylinder, may be about 100 centimeter. 100 centimeter means what? 0.1 meter. 100 centimeter or 0.1 meter. Whether it is thick cylinder or thin cylinder, I have to check. This is what 0.1 meter means. It is 100 mm thickness. Now this is the internal diameter is 5000 mm. 5000, that is 1/20th of 5000 is how much? 0 gone, 0 gone. 2 ones are 2, 250s are. Right? 250. If thickness is less than or equal to 250, now the given thickness is how much? 100 mm. Means this 5 meter diameter and 100 mm thick cylinder comes under thin cylinders. Understood? Now you think about, take your perfume bottle, and that perfume bottle diameter you check it. It might be about 5 centimeter or 7 centimeter. 5 centimeters means it is a 50 mm. 1/20th of 50 mm means what? Cancel. 2 ones are 2.5 mm. Check the thickness of the perfume bottle. If it is less than 2.5 mm, then consider it as a what? Consider it as a thin cylinder. If the thickness is more than 2.5 mm, then that is thick cylinder. Based on that, you need to compare their relation with the diameter, thickness with the diameter. Then you can classify them as thick cylinder or thin cylinder. Got it? Now, whatever the cylinder may be, it might be a thin cylinder or thick cylinder, there will be some stresses induced on the wall. That I will show you. Let us consider this is the one circular cylinder and whose thickness is like this. For your understanding purpose, I am considering a big thickness. Okay, cancel. Okay, we'll draw a very good diagram. This is one, and this is the cylinder. Now you got this cylinder. That cylinder you got. Here inside internal fluid pressure is there, I said. That fluid pressure will be acting on the wall of the cylinder. When this is acting, this cylinder may fail in horizontal wise. In this way it can fail in the lengthwise, or it may fail in the circumferential wise. It may fail like this, cut into two parts, or it may fail like this, cut into two parts. We don't know how it will be failed. That what we are understanding in this chapter. Means the wall of the cylinder may subjected to two type of stresses, that is a longitudinal stress or circumferential stress. That I will explain detailed in the next video, that is longitudinal stress and circumferential stress. One more stress will be there inside, that is in this direction. In this direction. And that direction means what? This is the thickness. From here, in this direction means it is a radial. This is a radius, no, this is a radius. Therefore, in a radial direction. Therefore, another stress will be there, radial stress. This is the longitudinal stress. This is a circumferential stress. It is also called as hoop stress. And another one is a radial stress. Okay. These three type of stresses we generally see in any type of cylinder. Okay. But when you come to particular chapter, that is a thin cylinders. When you study about only thin cylinders, then we will consider sigma L, we will consider sigma C, but we ignore radial stress. Why? Because if this is a circular diameter, that cylinder, then the thickness will be what? This thickness is very small. This thickness is very small. Therefore, the radial stress is ignored. Why it is ignored? It is neglected. It is very small. Therefore, in thin cylinder chapters, it is neglected. Then that is your sigma L and sigma C. In the next class, we are going to derive an expression for sigma L and sigma C. Okay, na? And when you apply, when the cylinder will be subjected to this type of stress and this type of stress, that may fail. If it is not failed, then there will be change in the diameter. For example, it may bulge in a longitudinal wise or in a radial wise in the direction. It may bulge. Therefore, its volume may change. There will be some volume will be changed, or length may increase or decrease. Change in length or diameter also may get varied. That also we are going to study in the next class. Understood? In this class, you just understand what is cylinders and where we use these cylinders and what type of stresses, what type of pressure will be carried by the cylinders, classification of cylinder, and after that stresses acting on the wall of the cylinder. Okay. In the next class, we'll go and we'll derive expression for longitudinal stress and circumferential stress. Thank you.